Hi friends, the project today is a hi-fi stereo amplifier based on the STK4191 integrated amplifier IC. It includes built-in volume, bass, and treble controls. To evaluate the amplifier's frequency response, I'm using a sine wave signal generator covering frequencies from 0 to 100 kilohertz. The output waveform is monitored with an oscilloscope, allowing us to observe how the amplifier performs across the entire frequency spectrum. I've now increased the frequency to 5 kilohertz, and the sine wave is still clean and perfectly undistorted. But what happens when we push it all the way to 100 kilohertz? Will the waveform remain just as clean? Let's take a look. I believe this is an excellent amplifier project that's definitely worth building. In the rest of this video, I'll show you exactly how to build it, step by step. But first, let's take a quick look at my sponsor and partner, JLCPCB. I'd like to thank JLCPCB for supporting this video. Over the years, I've used JLCPCB's 1 to 4-layer PCB in many projects, and they've always been reliable with fast turnaround. Now, JLCPCB is making high-performance 6-layer PCB more accessible. With 6 layers, routing becomes cleaner and more efficient, increasing wiring density by around 30 to 50%, so you spend less time dealing with routing limits and more time focusing on your design. With free via-in-pad technology and ENIC finish included, JLCPCB delivers professional-grade 6-layer PCB without the professional-grade price. If you want to try it yourself, you can get the latest coupon by clicking the link in the description below. Here are the schematic and PCB layout for this project. Here are the PCB boards, delivered just 1 week after I uploaded the Gerber files to JLCPCB. The manufacturing quality is outstanding. The silkscreen is crisp, the solder mask has a smooth finish, and the drilling is precise. I'm very satisfied with the quality of these PCB boards. We'll start by assembling the AC to DC rectifier circuit. Next, we'll build the relay delay timer circuit, which prevents unwanted popping noise when the amplifier is powered on. This is the completed circuit. Now it's time to test its performance and take some measurements to make sure everything is working properly. The required supply voltage depends on the specific STK41xx model you're using. Please refer to the table for the recommended voltage. In this video, I'm using a 24-volt power supply to verify the amplifier's operation. The output voltage of the LM781II voltage regulator should be approximately 12 volts. This is the power on delay timer. A few seconds after the amplifier is powered on, the relay will energize and connect the audio output from the amplifier IC to the speakers. The non-polarized capacitors are used for power supply filtering and in the bass and treble tone control circuit. Make sure to install each capacitor with the correct capacitance value, as marked on the PCB board, to ensure accurate circuit operation. Next, we'll install the polarized electrolytic capacitors. Be sure to install each one with the correct polarity and capacitance value. Incorrect polarity can cause the capacitor to fail and, in some cases, even explode, so double-check every capacitor before soldering. This project uses 3 100 kΩ potentiometers to adjust the volume, bass, and treble. Now the circuit assembly is complete. Before installing the STK41xx power amplifier IC, it's important to power up the circuit and perform a few basic checks. This helps ensure that everything is operating correctly. If you skip this step, you risk damaging the STK41xx power amplifier IC during power-up. To test the circuit, I'm using a signal generator to apply a sine wave to the amplifier input. The output signals at pins 1 and 8 of the STK41xx IC socket on the PCB board are connected to the oscilloscope, allowing us to observe the waveforms before installing the STK41xx IC. As we can see, the tone control circuit delivers an excellent frequency response. Even as the input frequency increases, the sine wave remains clean and stable, showing virtually no waveform deformation or distortion. After confirming that the circuit is working correctly, it's time to install the STK41xx IC. Handle the IC carefully during installation, as its many small pins can be bent easily. Make sure all the pins are properly aligned before inserting it into the socket. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss my future electronics projects. See you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.